Hey there, I'm Kieran Galaxia, and welcome to The Gamer. Live, die, improve yourself by looking into a fancy magical mirror your maternal figure gave you, repeat. A classic quote to live by if you live in the House of Hades and you don't want to live there anymore. If you've been enjoying Hades, you've no doubt seen the Mirror of Night, a magical artifact given to you by Nyx that gives you permanent upgrades to make your future runs easier. Once you unlock all the ranks of it though, it can be a little confusing as to what you should be putting your hard-earned darkness into. So we've put together a little guide to help you get off on the right foot. So before we talk about upgrades and the like, let's talk a little bit about the mirror itself, because there's a few things worth knowing before we go on. The mirror grants you access to upgrades, but you won't have access to all of them immediately, as the mirror itself can actually be upgraded with the use of chthonic keys. These keys, like the darkness you use to purchase upgrades, can be found within Hades' numerous rooms. While you can use them to unlock the infernal arms for game authors, it's worth keeping and saving some up for upgrading the mirror, as some of the later leveled upgrades are definitely worth the purchase. So let's get the obvious choice out of the way first. The best upgrade, without a shadow of a doubt, is Defiance. Requiring no chthonic keys to reach, Defiance gives you another chance, bringing you back from the brink with half your total health and allowing you to continue the fight. In a game where you lose close to everything for dying, that's a pretty neat upgrade to have. The first Defiance is only 30 darkness, making it a total steal, but the price certainly ramps up, with 500 for your second charge and 1000 for your third. If you're looking for a potentially cheaper upgrade for the meantime while you're grinding for that darkness, give your boy Skelly some nectar and he'll give you his lucky tooth, which also grants a Defiance. Gotta hand it to the guy who performs instantaneous dental work on himself for your benefit because you gave him a fancy drink.
Now, are you being serious here, pal? You brought that all this way for little old me? That's real nice of you.
Now for one which requires a little less explanation, Greater Reflex should definitely be on your list. Once again, it requires no chthonic keys to purchase, and it gives you an additional dash, for the low price of 50 darkness. Definitely worthwhile for that extra mobility, and if you still feel the need for speed, talk to your pal Hermes, as some of his boons can grant you even more dashes. The next two upgrades we're going to be talking about are in relation to your cast. Boiling Blood is a very worthwhile upgrade, which grants 10% of damage to foes with cast shards lodged in them. As some of you who've used Artemis's boon Exit Wounds can attest to, this and the Boiling Blood upgrade combine very nicely indeed. Boiling Blood is in the second section of the mirror, which needs 5 keys to unlock. There's 5 ranks to Boiling Blood, and each rank increases the damage by 10%, meaning you can max it out and do 50% additional damage to any enemy with a cast shard in them. With it only costing 250 darkness to max it out, it's kind of a steal. Also in the second section of the mirror, we recommend Infernal Soul. This will add more bang for your buck regarding your cast, as it increases the amount of shards you can carry by 1 per rank. There's 2 ranks to this upgrade which cost 20 and 80 darkness respectively. If you're looking to get the most out of cast boons, and the Boiling Blood upgrade we just spoke about, you'll want this. We're grouping these last two together as they're both on the third Mirror of Night section, which will cost you an additional 10 keys after the initial 5 for the second rank. While this might sound steep, both of these are worth your while. Starting off with Deep Pockets, this upgrade is pretty simple. It allows you to start off a run with Paron's Obol. Lastly, Thick Skin increases your total health going into a run. Not only is this just a useful overall upgrade, it can also be a huge help in late game runs, turning you into even more of a tank if you're using Stygius' aspect of Arthur, and making you less glass, more cannon when you're using Varatha's aspect of Guan Yu. So we've spoken about a few upgrades here, and there's plenty of other upgrades in the game that may well take your fancy, and you'd be valid to check them out. After all, you'll want to make a build that fits your playstyle. But what if you buy some upgrades that you aren't finding much use with though? Well, luckily, you can reset your upgrades at the mirror. This only costs 1 chthonic key to do, and it restores all of your spent darkness, allowing you to reallocate it to wherever you see fit, whether that's trying a new upgrade, or using it to fully rank up one upgrade in particular, which some players might fancy doing with Defiance. As always though, this is up to you. So those are our choices for the upgrades you should be prioritizing from the Mirror of Night. Like we said before, there's plenty of other upgrades out there, which range from increasing the rarity of boons to increasing your backstab damage, so it's very much down to personal preference. But we hope you still find this guide helpful. Thanks again for swinging on by. If you enjoyed this, then liking the video would be great. And hey, why not subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. If you want to read more guides like this alongside features, news and reviews, then check out thegamer.com. And hey, have yourself a good day, yeah?